In the heart of Chicago's bustling downtown, where skyscrapers cast long shadows over hurried crowds, Lily Harper weaved through the chaos of rush hour. At 25, she was an unassuming barista with chestnut curls and a smile that warmed strangers like a hearth. Her life was simple: rented studio apartment, a battered bicycle, and a heart that bled for others. She wasn't chasing dreams of grandeur. She just wanted to make people's days a little brighter. That December evening, with snow dusting the sidewalks like powdered sugar, her small act of kindness would unravel a future she never imagined. Lily was late for her shift at Brood Awakening, a cozy cafe tucked between corporate towers. Her bike chain had snapped halfway to work, forcing her to jog the rest of the way, breath puffing in the frigid air. As she crossed Michigan Avenue, she noticed an elderly woman struggling with a tattered shopping bag, its contents spilling onto the icy pavement. The woman's coat was threadbare, her hands trembling as she tried to gather scattered oranges and a loaf of bread. Pedestrians streamed past, their eyes fixed on phones or the horizon, oblivious to her plight. Without a second thought, Lily knelt beside her. "Let me help," she said softly, scooping up the groceries. The woman's face, lined with age and worry, softened. Her eyes, a startling blue, held a depth that made Lily pause. "Thank you, dear," she murmured, her voice quavering. "Not many stop these days." Lily smiled, brushing snow from the woman's scarf. "It's no trouble. Are you okay? It's freezing out here." The woman, who introduced herself as Margaret, admitted she'd missed her bus and had no money for a cab. Her apartment was miles away in a quieter part of the city. Lily glanced at her watch. Her shift started in 10 minutes, but something about Margaret's fragility tugged at her. "I'll get you home," she decided, hailing a cab and paying the fare with her tip money, though it meant skipping groceries herself that week. The ride was quiet, save for Margaret's soft stories of her youth, tales of dancing in ballrooms, and a son she hadn't seen in years. Lily listened, her heart aching for the loneliness in Margaret's voice. At the rundown apartment building, Lily helped her up the stairs, ensuring she was safe inside. Margaret clasped her hand, pressing a small, worn locket into her palm. "For your kindness," she whispered. Lily tried to refuse, but Margaret insisted. Touched, Lily tucked it into her pocket, promising to visit soon. Days turned into weeks, and Lily kept her word. She brought Margaret coffee, fixed her leaky faucet, and shared stories of her own. Her dreams of opening a community cafe where no one would feel alone. Margaret listened with a knowing smile, her health seeming to improve with each visit. Lily never asked for anything in return, but she felt richer for it, as if kindness was its own currency. One snowy afternoon, as Lily arrived with a thermos of soup, a sleek black car idled outside Margaret's building. A man in a tailored suit stepped out, his presence commanding yet weary. His dark hair was streaked with silver, and his green eyes held a storm of emotions. Margaret greeted him with a trembling embrace. "Ethan, you came," she said, tears in her eyes. Turning to Lily, she added, "This is my son." Ethan Caldwell was no ordinary man. As the billionaire CEO of Caldwell Enterprises, his name was synonymous with power, tech innovations, skyscrapers, global influence. But to Lily, he was just Margaret's son, looking at her with a mix of gratitude and curiosity. "You're the one who's been helping my mother," he said, his voice low but warm. Lily nodded, suddenly shy under his gaze. Over the next few months, Ethan became a fixture in their visits. He'd bring groceries, repairmen, even a new coat for Margaret, but it was Lily's presence that seemed to light up the room. Ethan watched her, how she laughed with his mother, how she never asked for recognition. He was used to people wanting something from him. Deals, favors, status. Lily wanted nothing, and that intrigued him. One evening, as they walked through a snow-dusted park after visiting Margaret, Ethan stopped under a street lamp. "Why do you do it?" he asked. "Help her. I mean, you barely have enough for yourself." Lily shrugged, her breath visible in the cold. "Because it's right. She needed someone, and I was there." Ethan's eyes softened, and for the first time, Lily saw vulnerability in the man who seemed untouchable. Their connection grew quietly. Coffee runs turned into long conversations, shared glances into late-night walks. Ethan revealed his guilt for drifting from his mother after his father's death, consumed by building his empire. Lily shared her fears of never being enough, of fading into the city's noise. They were opposites, a billionaire and a barista, but their hearts spoke the same language. The turning point came at Margaret's birthday. Lily organized a small party in her apartment, baking a cake and stringing fairy lights. Ethan arrived with a gift, a deed to a community center he'd funded in Lily's name, a space for her dream cafe. Overwhelmed, Lily protested, but Margaret took her hand. You gave me back my son, she said. And you've given him something I haven't seen in years, hope. That night, under a sky bursting with stars, Ethan pulled Lily close. I don't know what I did to deserve meeting you, he murmured, but I'm not letting you go. Their kiss was soft, tentative, like the first snowflake of winter. It wasn't just love, it was a promise, built on the foundation of her selflessness. Months later, as spring bloomed, Ethan proposed in the same park where they'd first opened their hearts. The ring was simple, chosen with Lily's taste in mind, not his wealth. Their wedding was small, held in the community center, with Margaret beaming in the front row. Lily's Cafe opened its doors that summer, a haven for the lonely, funded by Ethan but driven by her vision. Lily never sought a fairy tale, but in saving Margaret, she found one, not because of wealth, but because of the quiet power of kindness. It was a reminder to the world that sometimes, the smallest acts ripple into the greatest love stories.